Hey, you're interrupting my video.
I am?
I'm just kidding. It's fine. What's up?
What are you actually?
Welcome to the Joyage Kingdom. In today's video, we'll be doing a reaction video to Philion, a YouTuber with 650,000 subscribers, known for his commentary, his comedian stuff, and just being an overall great entertainer. He actually has a very similar style to me on calling people on their bullshit a little bit, reacting with a lot more honesty, transparency, and he's just way more funny than me, but I thought this video actually has a lot to do with our world and the NFT world, and it's called Gary V's NFT Market Manipulation Scheme. You guys know I'm a big fan of Gary, so as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh hell yeah, let's see what he's got to say. So if you're excited to pick apart this video with me, smash a like in this video. It only takes 1 second. All the content I put out there is for free. I appreciate all of you doing that. It helps the channel more than you know. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitter at Cade Bergman. And yes, I know, Naked Noodle Girl is officially a poster. I visited Sydney. If you want to see our last video, we recorded a video together from California, and it was dope. And this video is brought to you guys by Duck's NFT project. Sup.
I am 1000% going to need some G Fuel for this one. Use code Philion at checkout to save some money on G Fuel. You'll get 10% off, but on the weekends, they boost the code to 30%.
I would love an energy drink company to sponsor me.
Delish. I'm going to be honest with you guys, just straight up. I don't think I have the iron willpower or sheer grit that it takes to make a dedicated Gary V video that covers all of his antics. The idea of me sitting down and sifting through hundreds and thousands of high-octane Instagram stories and TikTok videos of an angry social media goblin peddling hustle porn doesn't sound romantic to me, especially when they tell me to picture my loved ones getting shot, because that will make me work harder.
Once a day, genuinely sit there for 5 minutes and make pretend one of them got shot in the face.
I'm gonna make it real easy for you guys.
Sorry. I remember that clip, and it's actually wholesome as fuck, and I think it's funny because the way he does commentary, he tries to appeal to like people's knee-jerk reaction because it's funny and it gets views. Clearly he's got tons of views, but I just want people to know that there's obviously a deeper message in Gary V's content, and if you're looking at Gary V's content in the mindset of like, what can I learn from this? What can I take from this? There's a lot you can learn from Gary. He's really a dope dude. But when you pick it apart on a surface level thing, it's so fucking funny, and this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
Guys, right? Picture me as like the table of contents when it comes to Gary V stuff. If you want to watch a video of hard-hitting, valid criticisms and why I don't really enjoy Gary V's content or his whole persona on social media, watch this video. If you want to laugh your ass off, watch TMG podcast highlights or any of these videos. And if you want to keep up to date in real time what Gary V is up to, a bunch of other commentary channels are covering him as we speak. I'm making this video because nobody is talking about this. Meanwhile, it's right in front of our faces. So what are we talking about today? Market manipulation in the NFT space. Kill me now. The term NFT stands for I have no fucking time to entertain this. I would rather raw dog a beehive than talk about NFTs, let alone Gary V. I have books to read, movies to watch, and video games to play instead of me covering a guy who justifies why he swallows every piece of gum he's ever chewed.
I don't think it's fucking amazing. It's just the truth. I think it's efficiency. I don't think I want to give up the 100th of a second putting in a napkin. Just swallow that shit.
Let's talk about NFTs for a second. Actually, what do I think of them? My opinion is that they are the most cancerous JPEG files to ever plague social media. Not because I don't believe in the technology, but because they are only peddled by extremely rich people designed to make them richer while you're sitting there holding the equivalent of SpongeBob's bag of wind.
What's in here?
This is true. This is 100% true. This is why my channel exists, because I noticed this, and I'm starting to notice it again. I'm starting to see a little bit of an influx of people entering the NFT space again, and I'm seeing a lot of newbie bullshit again, which is gonna happen. Every new wave, you know, new people come in, and we have to teach them, and that's what the channel's here for, and that's great. But yeah, it's true. I mean, most people, I mean, if you noticed, this is not hating on anyone, but Dogepound got a huge boost by some massive players in the game who are still standing by them. Now, I'm going to ask you a serious question. For example, Dogepound. Would anyone give a shit about Dogepound if Alex Becker wasn't a huge fan? if Journey Crypto wasn't a huge fan, if Elio Trades wasn't a big fan, I mean, would Dogepound be a success? I have no fucking clue. None of us have a clue. Honestly, I wonder, would Creature World be good without Gary Vee? I mean, what's the difference between Creature World and another project just like Creature World, right? The difference is Gary Vee supported one a lot of the time. This video is actually going to open up your mind a little bit. I think Philion's going to go to the extreme for the purpose of content, but this video is going to be really entertaining, so I hope you guys go all the way to the end.
Nothing, zilch, zero. You guys get nothing out of this. The NFT market is an unregulated space being abused by people in power with a lot of resources where fraud, money laundering, and pump and dump schemes are running rampant. But Philion, the high art industry, is the same thing. Rich people use it to launder money and avoid taxes. Yeah, but here's the difference. There's a disconnect between me and the high art galleries, right? I don't go to the middle of Manhattan and bid on a stupid piece of art for $80 million, right? There's a disconnect. I don't see that on my daily life. Instead, I see every influencer under the sun with no grain of integrity buying every fucking NFT, pushing it down their audience's throat, and it's in our face.
I believe in this project. These JPEG files are paving the way for the future. This community is the best.
What do you have to talk about? Why is there a community around these pictures? You like the way it looks? Cool, buy it.
I really like the crypto cock you.
No, it's because the brand. We know this. Obviously this is rhetoric, or this is just comedy, but no, there is a message here. That's why I'm so big on brand. That's why all I fucking talk about is brand. It matters what the vision is, because otherwise it's just, yeah, exactly what you said. It's a set of fucking pictures. And yeah, it is ridiculous when you think about it like that. Another thing I want to mention, just from a couple seconds earlier when he said, is that I remember this when I first started, right? I was minting a lot of projects. Every now and then I would get one that like paid off decent, and I would be like, all so excited, tell my friends, look what I did. I put it in the Discord, and I realized that I was literally guessing. I was only throwing darts in the dark. Like, that's what you're doing when you're minting. If you guys were in the Discord with us in the Joyage Kingdom last night, we tried to mint a project. I'm not going to say specifically which one. You guys can hop in the Discord and find out for yourselves. And things weren't going quite as well as maybe we had hoped. And I was sitting there and I was like, damn, bro, I really thought this thing might do something. And then I remembered, with all this NFT knowledge that I have, it still won't help me when I'm minting projects. Short term, you can never, ever know what's going to happen. And I want you to know that, because when people say, look what I called last week, he got lucky. She got lucky. They got lucky, whatever. They got lucky, right? They're not going to get 10 for 10 on mints. It's just impossible unless you have real insider information. In that case, you know, kind of illegal and whatever, but like that's not really something to be proud of. So I just want you to know, if there's people that you see that are always making calls and saying, look how right I am all the time, I would just be cautious, is what I'm saying, for new people in the space. For our AMA question of the day, this is in my Joyage Kingdom Discord, link in the description, by the way. Lonnie Com, would you ever have your dogs make a brief appearance in any of your content? I love seeing connections people have with their pets. Says a lot without saying a lot. I'll post some pictures and videos right here all over the page, or maybe I'll just put it all over me. This is the family dog, Circus. We love her. She's like 10 or 11, but she's a little Jack Russell, so she acts like she's fucking like 1 year old. She's my literal like partner. She does everything with me. She's like a Pokemon. She's literally like Pikachu. She follows me everywhere. It's so funny. I love it. She's my actual spirit animal. She's just like me. She's so curious. She's like always looking around, looking around walks. She's just, I love her so much. She's the best thing on earth. If you want to have a chance of being featured in one of my videos, pop into the AMA section on my Discord. AMA, ask me anything.
Bought. Did you get the randomly generated ball hair?
To anyone calling me a hater, when you're showing me your glorified doodle on a Starbucks napkin by posting it on social media and telling people this is the future and that I should potentially invest in this, I have every right to criticize your project, especially when these influencers, if you want to call them that, with no inkling of integrity, don't have your best interest at mind. You see, when you have a lot of resources and you have the tools of social media at your disposal, you're able to create more resources for yourself at the expense of others. We're about to jump into a video describing blatant market manipulation on so many different levels. The problem is this space is unregulated and nobody is holding these people accountable. So years from now, will this matter? I don't know. We're just here to document it.
I also, so me and Logan both bought punks. You guys have probably seen on his Twitter that he bought a bunch of CryptoPunks at the same time, right? When Gary pulled us in that call.
For context, CryptoPunks are an NFT project. They're just JPEG 8-bit pictures, right, of different looking people, and they're selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars or tens to hundreds of Ethereum.
Just out of nowhere, just calls me, and he's like, yo, I got like 30 people to call, hop in. I'm like, I don't care. He's like, it'll be the best decision of your life. Just get in. I was like, okay. Yeah. So there's like all these like very successful people in this call. And Gary's just like, everyone shut the fuck up. Here's what you're going to do, and you're going to do it right now. You're all going to buy a bunch of CryptoPunks.
So Jimmy, or Mr. Beast, just beautifully painted the picture for us. Gary V called up 30 heavy hitters, as Logan likes to say. Big wallets, absolute whales. They got a ton of money, a lot of power, a lot of resources. All in one call. Gary V says, CryptoPunks, an NFT project, is going to be the next biggest thing. How do I know that? Because all of us are going to make it the next biggest thing. If we all band together and buy them, create a monopoly, the price has only one option.
And the difference is with this project is that everyone in this call is rich as fuck. Meaning they don't care if the money goes to zero because they didn't put that much money in anyway. So they're not going to pump and dump, because if they just pump and pump and pump, that pumps their own bags, right? And so there's other rich people out there who are going to say, oh fuck, I got to get in on this. And that's kind of how it works, is what he's saying. And that's just a very interesting take there, because that's the birth kind of NFTs. And that when I hear it put like that, I'm like, that doesn't give me like a very good feeling in my stomach, honestly. That makes me feel kind of sick. So, I don't know.
Gonna go up. And what do you think happened? Now we're sitting in the biggest, dumbest bubble ever, and we're all sitting on the sidelines, scratching our ball sack, trying to fathom what's going on.
CryptoPunks. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be the next Facebook. Where all of us were like, okay,
Everyone's
Gary.
judging. I'm texting Logan. And I'm like,
is
Gary lost
this
his mind.
legit? Bro, all of us were like, yo, Gary's nuts. Yo, Gary was right again.
I'm sorry, this is really funny. This just sounds like Moon Boys. Like typical Moon Boys who have no idea about anything, but they're rich as fuck. I'm like, oh my god, there's rich people who are Moon Boys. That never really occurred to me till just now.
Are you guys hearing the words like coming out of this man's mouth? They're laughing about market manipulation. This is a crime if this was stocks, right? Securities. This is not allowed for multiple reasons.
Like 8 of them, and they did pretty good.
And any zingers? Any like real special ones?
I had some that like whatever 20, 30x.
What?
20 to 30x'd his money.
You know what's interesting? I remember watching this like episode with Mr. Beast and Logan Paul, and I remember hearing this and laughing with them, but I'd never really had like thought it or like heard it put the way Philion said it in this video, and it's just a very interesting like second take. And I think it's important, because whether or not he's right or wrong, or his opinion is right or wrong or valid, it just brings up a point of second guessing everything and researching that extra step. That's what this channel's about. It's about, even especially if we're wrong, right? Especially if we do a wrong decision somewhere, that we just address it and we move on and we be fucking mature about it. And this space needs a lot more accountability. I'll tell you what, it needs a lot more accountability. Guys, if you enjoyed this reaction video so far, go ahead and smash the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Only 30% of you guys have subscribed. Let's get that shit up. Let's get it up, bro.
On a JPEG created by a bubble of other rich people, probably just laundering their money, wash trading, artificially pumping this bullshit.
On to the next thing.
I bought a bunch of, so then I rolled the money into VeeFriends, because Gary, same thing, called me. He's like, VeeFriends. I was like, I don't fucking know, but last time I made money, sure.
Mr. Beast
Dude, this sounds worse and worse as I watch this thing.
just said he rolled the profits from the CryptoPunk gig into VeeFriends, which is Gary V's flagship NFT project.
Ask you guys a question. When Gary does that call with all these billionaires, and 8 months or a year later, everybody's like, Gary was right again.
Yeah.
Is it possible that he's right because of the call? Do you know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Mike, for bringing this up.
Like, dude, he has all these billionaire market makers in the thing. He makes the call, makes the market.
What do you know, guys? A broken clock is right twice a day. Words of wisdom coming out of Mike Maliak. This man says, don't you think it's only successful because you guys are making it a thing? You're quite literally manipulating the market with a limited supply, buying everything up and pumping up the price?
No, because bro, there's 10,000 punks and there's only like 30 of us in the call. We can only own and do so much. There's still an entire market that's gonna happen.
I mean, that logic is just completely skewed because you quite literally are setting the new standard for what these things are worth.
Like, Logan, I promise you, like, I know you, you're a smart kid. If you play this right, like I know you can, like you do with Pokemon, the NFT industry, you can make $250 million.
Okay, now this is sounding really fucking bad, because it's like, hey, do your thing, talk about NFTs, pump your own bags is essentially what it sounds like, which sucks because that's kind of like exactly what it is when you think about it in that way. So I'm gonna have to take probably a little bit of time and kind of decide for myself kind of what I think about this, because it's just such an interesting opposite take of what I remember the first time seeing and like listening to this podcast. And I'm a huge fan of Logan Paul, so I hate saying this, but damn it, it's like kind of hard to deny the way Philion just said that.
And I go,
how do you not like perk up?
How is this? But he's never wrong, right? So that's where I started.
Yeah.
And then, bro, the other day, I got the idea.
Yeah.
Of course, rusty cogs are turning in Logan Paul's head, thinking, how can I squeeze as much juice out of the next thing, right? And guess what he came up with? Crypto Zoo. A downright disgrace. A sad excuse for a project designed to do exactly what I just said. Milk it until it's dry, okay? And everyone else is just left holding a bag because they can't.
Dog, I have not heard a fucking thing about Crypto Zoo until, like, he literally hyped it up. And then I didn't hear anything about it for a few weeks. And then it just launched. And he, like, didn't say anything. And I was like, what? Like, what? And I'm like, oh, damn. I don't know.
Can't think for themselves.
I had the most revolutionary, monumental piece of IP in my head, and I've been I can't sleep for the past, like, 2 days.
So, like, for making your own version of punk?
This man couldn't sleep at night, as he so eloquently said, because he photoshopped a nose onto an elephant. Stock photos, too. He didn't hire a photographer to go out and take unique pictures of different animals for Crypto Zoo. He quite literally bought, or didn't buy, the licenses to Adobe stock images and photoshopped them in a matter of hours, okay? This comment right here just sums up this market manipulation minigame that all these people are playing. A was frantically buying a particular stock. B asked why he bought it. A said because C advised me to. So B asked C. C told me because D advised. B asked D. D told me because E advised. B asked E. E told me because F was buying. B asked F. F said, I needed buyers to book profits and exit. Listen to me when I say this. The SEC will come knocking. May not be for another year, maybe 2 years, maybe 10 years from now. They're going to want their money. They're going to look at the blockchain and see that it, in fact, doesn't lie and that everything is recorded. And they're going to have an absolute field day. The NFT space, this cryptocurrency pump and dump scheme phenomenon, is going to be a bloodbath. And your favorite influencers may be the spearhead of all of this. Now let's take a look at VeeFriends, Gary Vee's NFT project.
He's not wrong at all. He's 100% right there. That's why on this channel, we don't do much of that at all. Actually, we don't do any of that. That's the whole reason my channel exists, because that's the only shit I see on YouTube. Every other YouTuber is that. Pump and dumps. I called this mint. I called that mint. This project's going to go to the moon because of this. I'm like, we're not here to do that. All right, I'm trying to be the Benjamin Cohen of the NFT world. Just logic, fucking being smart, taking emotions out sometimes, and just analyzing shit and reading into stuff and educating yourself. That's what we're about. And we're going to be the ones who make it in the long term. And I want to shout out an NFT artist I bought from somewhat recently, Samantha at Glitch Bunny NFT. I love this NFT. I love what you've been doing around your brand and the videos you've been posting, and I appreciate what you're doing, and I wanted to support you. So yeah, I love it. And no, not all the art I buy is like nude women. That's just, it just happens to be that. It looks awful. This looks bad. Let's just get back into it.
Welcome to BeFriends.com. BeFriends is an ambitious NFT project.
It's not an ambitious project. And it's really fucking stupid, okay? This man literally doodles on a piece of paper, adds an alliteration adjective like courageous cock, and sells it for thousands upon thousands of dollars. And you may be asking, who's buying them? Probably VaynerMedia, his own team, to artificially inflate this price. And really stupid, gullible people that worship Gary Vee.
They also happen to be a token to a conference that I'm going to put on every single year called VCon, V Conference.
Oh, sick, dude. I can't wait to buy the Grateful Gar and then attend the...
Well, this is the thing, because I agree with him and I disagree, because yes, he's right. But also, if you're a Gary Vee fan, it makes sense to buy his project, because what an NFT is, at its core, is buying an investment in a person or a brand. So if you're investing in Gary Vee, you're investing in VeeFriends. That's what you're doing. And so you wouldn't be investing in VeeFriends if you weren't like, one of the best things ever would be for him to invite me to dinner or like invite me to VCon or whatever. Like that would be something you want. And if it's not, then yes, you go with this logic, which is this is fucking stupid.
VCon.
I'm trying to build a blueprint for everybody that has an audience of how to do a proper NFT project.
VFriends is a 10,255 token NFT project consisting of 9,400 admission tokens, 555 gift goats, and 300 access tokens, including many more one-of-ones. You want to see, you guys want to see how much these are selling for, okay? And then ask yourself who's buying them.
I did it. Yep. I bought $75,000 worth of Gary Vaynerchuk's VFriends project. I don't really get NFTs yet.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
The awesome African civet, 8.22 Ethereum, okay? $39,000. The brilliant Barracuda, that one is spectacular. Look, I mean, look at the artistic integrity in that. 17.75 ETH, $84,000.
Oh my god.
Independent Inchworm, 19 Ethereum, $90,000. The Poised Pug, $95,000. The Big Game Bandicoot, $104K. These are the floor prices, by the way. These things have different rarities, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon cards, right? Lava, rare, very rare, gold, diamond, epic, hologram. What are you gonna crack?
And that's the thing, like if this isn't something you're into, it's kind of like if you're explaining to your grandpa Call of Duty, here's why you need to buy this gun and why you need this character because it helps you in the game. He would be like, that's stupid. Why the fuck would I do that when I could take my wife out to lunch instead with that money kind of thing? Same logic here. It's like, yes, it makes absolutely no sense unless you're a Gary V. Maxi to buy his project. And yeah, so.
Sulfurous, Hand of Ragnaros, Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. At the end of the day, I just hope this video makes people more aware of what goes on between influencer circles and how having a lot of money can make you a lot more money when everyone just bands together and, you know, participates in a little bit of market manipulation. Yeah, taking advantage of their audiences that got them there in the first place to make a quick buck and then cash out.
And it's important that you guys realize that what the stuff he said, the small little things, the comments he made, noise. As we always say, it's noise. The important thing is what's the message you can pull from this? What's the couple sentences you can take from this? Is that, hey, don't believe everything. Everything in NFTs is speculation. All of it. 100% of it's speculation. There's not even 1% is not, right? Because these are all brands building right now. They're all in the stages of building. We are investing in startups building, and we are building with them. That's what NFTs are. Don't fool yourself into thinking it's anything else. It's not going to take you to the moon, most likely. We are in the fucking beginning of the first chapter of the book of everything, right? We are so goddamn early that it's so hard for people to think in a more out-of-the-box mentality of in the future settings of what this is going to be. And that's what we're here to do in this channel.
It's a beautiful world we live in. I'm also very curious if we really track down each transaction with VFriends, how many of them are wash trades and how many of them are coming from empty wallets to just muddle the mess. You know what I mean? Because if you were to take a look at the Ethereum network, the blockchain, and think of it like a spider web, you just trace one transaction to the next, and at the end of the day, we can really paint a picture of what's going on with these trades. And it's probably not as, how do you say, cut and dry as it appears. I would venture to say that a lot of shady business is going on because you just can't look at me in the face and tell me that these are actually worth thousands of dollars. I don't buy it, and I never will, so stop.
Another thing that I noticed is when he said it's like some shady shit, I think when we hear that, we think it's some like really scary underground, like secret meetings under the like underground and shit like that, and it's just not. Like I've been in conversations with people where shady shit was like happening, or I was hearing about it or just learning about it, and I was like, damn. But when it's happening and you're hearing it being said, it doesn't feel like that. It's just like, oh, we're just doing each other a favor. We're just doing this quick little thing. And obviously, I'm not in huge meetings of Gary V's level, but to them, it's like, no, we're just investing in me. Like Gary V's like, you trust me. I've been doing really well. You buy my project. It's all happy. You got money. I get money. Great. And it just doesn't feel evil like that. But when he puts it like this, it sort of sounds kind of like fucked, you know, and that honestly leaves like a really sour taste in my stomach for NFTs. But what I do know is there's a lot more good than there is bad from NFTs, I think, in the future, and I do think NFTs are going to be the future. And I hope you guys are enjoying all the videos I've been putting out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash a like on it, subscribe to the channel. The code word for this video is going to be Third Eye of Truth. Guys, make sure you follow me on Twitter at Cade Bergman. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. As always, we're trying to bring you guys the best NFT content on the interweb and the most consistent, almost literally every single day. It's nuts. I appreciate you all being here. If you want to see more of me right now, click on one of these boxes on the other side of me. Until next time, continue on your Joyage, continue to learn, and be grateful you're alive watching this video. Bye.